Whew, I am having the best day like ever. First of all, I'm here at McCurdy's. I'm with you guys. But my wife called me this morning and told me our prayers were answered. After decades of trying, we're expecting our first child. To move out of the house. The other great thing is my 2-year-old granddaughter FaceTimed me this morning. She was so excited. She's like, Papa, I made it through the night without wetting the bed. And I was thinking, wow, what a coincidence. She's going through the terrible twos, which is really tough when I babysit. And so to like ease the aggravation and anxiety, I pour her half a glass of scotch. She's out for the night. She's the drink. I don't drink. I developed an aversion to alcohol at a very young age. I spent like 8 or 9 months just totally consumed in vodka, and then thank God my mother gave birth to me. My mom called me today all freaked out. Evidently somebody hacked her Amazon account. She goes, how could that happen? I said, well, Mom, somebody knows your password. She goes, that's not possible. I don't know my password. She was telling me about her latest boyfriend. Every time I talk to my mother, she's got a new man in her life. I'm like, Mom, where do you meet all these guys? She said, oh, there's a website for people my age. It's called carbondating.com. And for those of you who didn't get that joke, let me just tell you this. My son gets that joke. He's an idiot. I think one of the reasons my mom drinks so much is that my sister couldn't give her grandchildren because she has this affliction that prevented her from having intercourse. The technical term for that is she's a bitch. Just a mean, nasty, rotten bitch. In high school, she was voted most likely to have a house fall on her. When I was, you think she's, somebody said, oh, she can't be that bad. When I was a baby, she wanted to give me a rattle with a snake still attached. We just put her in hospice. There's nothing wrong with her, but we're hopeful. I'm starting to feel my age. Some of you can relate, I got aches and pains and stiffness. I'm stiff on every single part of my body. And if my wife were here, she would go, not every part. I'm not a hypochondriac, but I'm pretty sure this stiffness is early onset rigor mortis. And now I have a pacemaker. And so when I fly, I can't go through the X-ray screening machines. I have to get patted down by TSA, and by patted down, I mean groped. My flight coming out here, this guy violated me. I got in his face and I said, dude, can you show my wife how you do that? And you can move your hand now. Younger people, you ever notice when you talk to people my age, we seem confused sometimes? It's because you younger people have changed the meaning of words we've used our whole lives. Yeah, like, to me, a hacker, that's somebody with bronchitis. Something goes viral, you need to see a doctor. And friends with benefits, it's just a friend with Social Security and Medicare. That I'm banging on the side. Any dog lovers here? Yeah. I love dogs. I love my dog more than my wife does. I love my dog more than my wife does. When he was a teenager, my son wanted the dog to sleep in his bed. And my wife's like, no, what about the smell? I said, she's a dog, she'll get used to it. Cat lovers? I love cats. Any cat lovers here? Yeah. That's great. After the show, let's get together and compare recipes. I'm kidding. I love cats. I would love to have a cat, but my wife's allergic to my happiness. My wife, who I lovingly refer to as my little dream killer, wanted me to see a therapist. She goes, you're always acting angry. Who's acting? So I'm seeing a therapist. She's frustrated with me. We're halfway through a session and she's like, oh my God, you're killing me. Let's try something different. If you could do it, let's play a fantasy game. If you could do it over, would you marry your wife again? I said, no. Why the hell do you think I'm here? She said, well, what if that meant you wouldn't have the same kids you have today? And I was like, oh, this game just keeps getting better and better. Man. My friend Murray has Parkinson's disease, and before you all start puckering your sphincters that I'm going to talk about and make fun of somebody with a malady, so he's doing really well. His hands got the handshakes only. Our grandkids play soccer together. We were at a game one day. I'm standing with Murray, and I said, dude, your hand's freaking it out. Can you do something about it? He put his hands in his pockets. Murray's court date is next Tuesday. Thank you all for coming out. I'm Joel Brill.